Hello and welcome to the Luv Doc podcast with hosts Waldo Wachewski and Ophelia Brewski.
Today, we're going deep on something I think a lot of people worry about, meeting the parents.
Oh, yeah.
And specifically kind of a first impression situation.
Oh, especially a bad one.
Yeah, because we've got this email from a listener who we'll call Sarah,
Right.
who had this really memorable experience meeting her boyfriend's parents for the first time.
Yeah.
And we're going to really try to unpack it, figure out the red flags, see if her concerns are valid.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really helpful for anybody who's ever been in that situation or maybe dreading it in the future.
Right, like that first impression can really set the tone.
Absolutely.
So to set the scene, Sarah had been dating this guy kind of off and on for almost a year.
Okay.
They met last April, hit it off.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like he had it all good looking, funny, charming.
Right, the whole package.
Yeah, exactly. And things were going pretty well until his parents came to visit from Houston.
Oh, Houston.
Yeah, and he wanted Sarah to meet them for dinner downtown.
Okay, so like a nice first dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But right away, things got off to a rocky start.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so they were running about 15 minutes late to pick his parents up from their hotel because of traffic.
Okay.
And when they got there, the mom was outside waiting, and she mentioned that the dad was inside having a bit of a tantrum
Oh, no.
and had gone to the lobby bar to wait.
Oh, wow. Okay, so like right off the bat, like not a good sign.
Not a great first impression.
No, definitely not.
So picture this. Sarah's in the car trying to make small talk with the mom while her boyfriend goes inside to get his dad, who's already clearly annoyed.
Oh, man, I would be so uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it just gets worse from there.
Really?
Yeah. So on the drive to the restaurant, the dad apparently just kept berating his wife for waiting outside,
Oh, my God.
saying she should have just called when they arrived.
Like what? It's 15 minutes. Like, come on.
Right, and this is all happening in front of Sarah, who he's meeting for the first time.
That's so disrespectful.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, what does that say about how he treats the people closest to him?
Yeah, exactly. And especially his partner. Like, that's a huge red flag to me.
Totally, and unfortunately, he didn't stop there.
Oh, no.
So throughout the dinner, the dad continued to kind of pick on and berate his wife.
Oh, no. That's so awful.
I know, and naturally, Sarah felt uncomfortable, and she actually tried to say something to defend the mom.
Good for her.
Yeah, but guess how the boyfriend reacted?
Oh, I don't know. Let me guess. Was it dismissive?
He basically just shrugged and said, well, it was kind of stupid.
Wow. Like siding with his dad against his own mom and in front of his girlfriend.
Exactly. Like, he totally lacked any empathy, not just for his mom, but for Sarah, too.
Yeah, like he didn't even acknowledge her discomfort at all.
Right, and it gets even more cringeworthy.
Oh, gosh.
So the mom, trying to maintain her composure, she politely corrects her son,
Okay.
and she says, please don't call me stupid in front of people I don't know.
Right, fair enough.
And his response is, Mom, this is my girlfriend and you're overreacting as usual. Yeah. And then to really top it off, he rolls his eyes and mutters, what?
My God. Sarah said she literally wanted to slap him.
I can totally understand that reaction.
Right. Like the disrespect was just so blatant.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the words. It's the whole attitude. Like he just dismissed her feelings completely.
Exactly. And, later, after he dropped his parents off, Sarah confronted him.
Okay, good.
She asked him straight up, do you always talk to your mother like that?
And what did he say?
His response was just, sometimes she says a lot of stupid shit.
Wow. So dismissive.
Right. And then he dropped Sarah off, and she told him she was too tired for him to come in.
Understandably.
Yeah, she hasn't heard from him since then, even though he sent a few texts.
Oh, wow.
So she wrote to Luv Doc, asking, am I being too judgmental? That behavior seemed like a really big red flag.
Yeah. What did Luv Doc have to say about all this?
Well, Luv Doc was very clear and direct with her response.
Okay.
She said, huge red flag. Texas-sized Startexer, good for you for trusting your gut.
Whoa. No holding back. Not at all.
Holy crap. You're psychotically obsessed with the Luv Doc, but can't think of a flashy gauche way to share your obsession with the world? Stop thinking and make a beeline for the Luv Doc's home sweet home on the interwebs, thepleasurecraft.com, where you can find a veritable treasure trove of sick merch that will make even your coolest friends super gel. Honestly, I don't know why you didn't already think of this yourself, but you're welcome. Have fun on the Pleasure Craft. It was made just for you. Let me spell it out for you one more time. www.thepleasurecraft.com.
She called the boyfriend's father a terrible role model.
Ouch.
And when Sarah mentioned that her friends had suggested giving him another chance, Luv Doc's response was, WTF.
Okay, so she's definitely on Sarah's side.
Total. And what I found really interesting was that Luv Doc completely dismissed the idea that maybe the boyfriend was just acting differently in public.
Right.
She pointed out that his mom wasn't causing him any problems. In fact, she was being very accommodating.
Right.
So Luv Doc thinks his behavior probably comes from some deeper unresolved issues, which she calls sordid baggage.
Interesting. So maybe something from his past or his upbringing is influencing how he acts now?
Yeah, exactly. And she really honed in on the disrespect he showed to his mom in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's just not okay no matter what their relationship is like in private.
Totally. And she even used this analogy. She said, something is rotten in Denmark or Houston.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and of course she had to throw in a little jab about Houston's unique aroma.
Of course.
But her main point was that this kind of behavior is rarely a one-time thing.
Right. It's probably a pattern.
Exactly. And she suggested that Sarah has probably seen hints of this dismissive attitude before.
Like maybe with waiters or other people he sees as inferior.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that saying, how someone treats a waiter tells you everything you need to know about them.
Totally.
And Luv Doc even suggested that the boyfriend might be intentionally putting on this charming act to hide a more contemptuous side.
Interesting. So like a facade.
Yeah, and she was very blunt with her warning to Sarah.
What did she say?
She said, if he treats his mother disrespectfully, you are most likely going to be next in line.
Wow. So she's basically saying that Sarah could become the target of his disrespect in the future.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
she even painted this vivid picture of Sarah standing by while her partner treats others poorly.
So basically she's saying, get out now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
And Luv Doc was very firm in her support of Sarah's decision to end the evening and create some distance.
Okay.
She said, you made the right decision. Stick by it.
Good for her for being so supportive.
And then she even made this funny comparison. She said that Sarah should avoid ending up married to someone like, certain public figures who are known for their bad behavior.
Okay, I can imagine who she's talking about.
Right. So let's break down the key takeaways here.
Yeah. What can Sarah and anyone else in a similar situation learn from this?
Well, first of all, how someone treats their family, especially their parents, is a huge indicator of their character.
Absolutely. Like it shows their values and how they handle conflict.
Right. And while every family has its complexities, blatant disrespect and dismissiveness, especially in public, are rarely isolated incidents.
Yeah, those behaviors usually point to deeper patterns.
Exactly. And the boyfriend's lack of empathy for his mom and his defensiveness when Sarah questioned him are big red flags.
Totally. It's like he couldn't even see how his actions were affecting others.
Right. And he didn't even try to apologize or explain himself. He just doubled down and called his mom stupid.
So basically, he wasn't open to any self-reflection or growth.
Exactly. And I think it's so important to trust your gut feeling in uncomfortable situations like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Sarah's immediate reaction that this was a really big red flag was spot on.
Yes, sometimes our intuition picks up on things that our conscious mind hasn't processed yet.
Right. It's like our internal alarm system.
Exactly, and we should always listen to it.
And another thing to remember is that disrespectful behavior can often escalate in relationships.
Right, like if someone is okay with treating their family poorly, it's not a stretch to think they might eventually treat their partner the same way.
Exactly. And I think Luv Doc's strong stance here is so important.
Yeah, she's not just saying this is a little rude. She's saying it's a fundamental flaw that's unlikely to change easily.
Right. And she's also validating Sarah's feelings and her decision to distance herself.
Which is so important.
So, Sarah, to answer your question directly, no, you are absolutely not being too judgmental.
Not at all.
The behavior you witnessed was a major red flag.
Absolutely. It showed a lack of respect, a lack of empathy, and probably a pattern of dismissiveness.
Exactly. So, Sarah and anyone else listening, take some time to really think about what happened.
Yeah, what were the specific things that stood out to you?
The dad's outburst, the constant berating the boyfriend's cruelty,
Yeah.
his defensiveness. These are not just minor issues.
Right. They paint a picture of a much bigger problem.
Exactly. And here's something to think about. Beyond this particular dinner, what are your non-negotiable expectations for how a partner should treat the people in their life?
Right. How should they handle conflict? How should they treat people they disagree with?
And how does this experience inform those expectations for you moving forward?
Ultimately, understanding your own boundaries and trusting your gut feelings are so important in any relationship.
Absolutely, Sarah. You recognized a red flag. You paid attention to it, and that self-awareness is a powerful thing.
It will help you make informed decisions about your well-being and your future.
Exactly. So remember, You deserve to be with someone who treats you and everyone else with respect
Absolutely.
and never settle for anything less.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
To read the column that spawned this podcast, go to austinchronicle.com/columns/the Luv Doc. There are probably worse things to do with your time, right?